Hi, welcome back to Math Maintenance. Today we are talking about word problems. And word problems can be a little bit tricky because we mix together words and numbers and ask questions. And so we have to train our brains to look through the problems and pull out the important pieces and kind of clear the rest of it from our minds. So our first word problem says this: Molly has 142 cookies. She wants to put 12 cookies on each plate. How many plates of cookies can Molly make? So I like to go through first and fill in or find the numbers that are important to the problem. So Molly has 142 cookies. And what does Molly want to do with those cookies? Well, she wants to put the cookies into plates of a dozen cookies. The question then is, how many plates of cookies can Molly make? So I need to think of taking 142 and putting it into groups of 12. I know that when I'm talking about putting things into groups, that's a division problem. So I'm going to divide 142 by 12. If I'm going to guess how many 12s fit into 142, I know that at least 10 12s fit in there because 10 times 12 is 120. If I keep guessing, I could try 11 or 12 or 13, but I can also think about how many 12s go into 14, and I get 1. 1 times 12 is 12. 4 minus 2 is 2. 0 minus 0 is, or 1 minus 1 is 0. I bring down the 2, and now I have 22. 12 goes into 22 just once. 1 times 12 is 12. 2 minus 2 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. 12 doesn't fit into 10 any more times. So now I have an answer of 11 remainder 10. But I have to figure out what that answer means and how I can answer the question. 11 what with 10 what? Well, how many plates of cookies can Molly make? She can make 11 full sets of 12, and the remainder is telling us that she will have 10 cookies left over. So if the question is asking how many plates of cookies can Molly make, I need to decide, do I keep it at 11 or do I round up to 12? In this case, I would say that she can make 11 plates of cookies because that 12th plate isn't going to be full, and I wouldn't want to be the person that got cheated out of some of my cookies. I'm going to pause for just a minute and put up a new word problem. I'll be right back. Okay, I kept the cookie theme going for our next question. The next question says this: there are 12 plates of cookies. Each plate has 6 cookies. How many people can take cookies if each person wants 2 cookies? This is a multi-step word problem because I first need to think about how many cookies I have all together, and then I need to think about, okay, so if each person takes 2, how many people does that mean get to have cookies? So the first part that I'm going to think about is my total cookie count. And to find my total cookie count, I need to know that there are 12 plates of cookies, and that each of those plates has 6 cookies on it. That means that I have 12 groups of 6, which I can do as 12 times 6, which means that I have 72 cookies. However, the question isn't how many cookies do I have? The question is how many people can take cookies if each person wants 2 cookies. So now I need to figure out the number of people that can be fed. That means that I need to take my total count of cookies, which is 72, and break it into groups of 2. When I'm breaking things into groups, that means I'm doing division. And I want to break it into groups of 2. 72 divided by 2, or divided in half, equals 36. When I answer a word problem, I always want to put a unit with it so that I'm not confused on that means 36 cookies, because it really means 36 people. So I want to make sure that I add a unit to the end of my answer so that we're really clear on what it means when we say 36, that we have really figured out how many people we are serving and not how many cookies we have. In your packet today, you have a page in keeping with our topic of the day, which is dessert. So your page is going to have cupcakes on it like this. And on your cupcake page, there are 9 word problems. Now, the word problems you have might be single step word problems, like the first one we did, where you just need to use the 2 numbers in the word problem and figure out whether you need to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Or they might be multi-step word problems, like the one we just did, where you first have to use some of the numbers and then you need to use another number in the problem to figure it out. It'll be really important that you read the questions carefully, that you look for the key pieces of information, and that you make sure you're answering the question being asked, not just the first answer you get. In addition to your word problems today, I want you to go back and do some more practice on that 24 game. So the 24 game, remember, had either physical cards in your packet or there was the digital option to go on and play on the website. 24 allows our mind to think about numbers in a different way and to look for ways to use addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in order to get to that number 24. So go ahead and practice that game again today to practice your order of operations, but also manipulating numbers in different ways using different operations. Good luck!